Have to stay here at bench 2. But I just realized when I'm starting to look at taking off the truss rod cover, did you notice that I didn't notice that it didn't come with any tools in there? They're usually the, wrenches, stuff, nothing. A cable, nada. Alright, so that one won't do it. Do I have, right, I need the flathead. And this one should do it. Let me get a different magnet for this one. Hold all the bits and pieces. Okay, trying to get that out. Trying to get that out. Yeah, it should come out sideways. Alright. Oh, that looks bigger than a 4mm. Is it a 5? It is. It's a 5. It's a 5. Let me see how that's doing. A little better. Okay. So my first neck was a 5mm. And we're going to drop this down. A little more. Just going to eyeball it for now. And then I lie and I grab a ruler just to check. Now, see, this is interesting because where the neck meets the body is almost the end of the fretboard. So I'm just going to go here with, 15. Wow, 3. 4. That's over 3. That's 3, 4. Oh, is it 4? Oh, it's 5. It's 5. The radius is 12, they said. That's almost at the bottom now. Radius is 12, which should be nice. Right? 12s or flatter are usually always nice to play. Okay, 3. A little over 3. What about up here? Okay, a little over 3 on that side. And of course, roller bridges always come at 14. Now 14 and 12 are close enough, I've found, in all applications so far. Slightly above 3. And I'm just going to do that. And then we're going to go over to bench 1. I should say my desk, my computer desk. Let me just check the, yeah, okay. A tad a little bit more in the middle here. The truss rod has some feel to it, and it is working, so that's pretty close. All right, I think that's a good enough go for a checkout. I haven't finished with the front and putting the roller bridge in yet, but I did check it, and it is a 52 millimeter and a 50 millimeter bridge, and a neck numbers. And the bridge is 52.5, so it will fit as far as string spacing goes. But I was kind of itching to take a look in the back before anything else. Let me find some eyes. Okay, let's see what's under these things. Oop. Trying to get away from me. Now they talk about a bleed circuit. Damn thing won't stop chiming. On the master control, but you know, you got two volume pots and a master tone. You could put a bleed circuit on each one of those without having to add another whole pot. Now, when I measured through the jack pickup, the pots over here measured in the 250 range, and the master measured in the 500. So we'll see if that's the truth or not once I get to look at the pots themselves. I see J-Man has taken up the little suction cups for covers. Clean. Nice and clean. Very clean. And let's see, I'm going to put a little tape on the back of that, because I don't know if these are drilled exactly the same way or not. I'm just going to put a tape there. I put an M on it, so I know that's the one that goes on the master control. I go to put them back on so I don't have to. That's a good pop. Not Iggy Goo pop, but a good pop. That's surprising how, at least on these budget guitars, they have clean holes. They don't have any good light up here next to the camera. Where's that other one? Oh, it's way down here in this other corner. Two corners. I can see the chamfered body. It's quite. Yeah, there's a whole pocket right down here that goes a little bit narrow here, and it opens up here for the master. And it likely does the same thing down here. But they did paint it all gold in there. They didn't poly it, but at least they sprayed it. And it's all open, all right down here. Okay, so I had that face down. I had that there supporting it. Put my foam under there. Okay. So what do they got? They got what looks like no name brand pots at the moment. Standard Gibson style 3-way switch. Which goes through all the openings. So if you had any other harnessing you wanted to put in this guitar, no problem, because there's plenty of openings for this to get through. Plenty. Now, okay, the pots on the front have knobs that have Allen keys. So we're going to find an Allen key that fits that, which should be one of these black ones, or it could be one of the gold ones. Oh, it's this one. Oh, that was easy. That was easy. Not tight at all. Just enough not to make it come off. I mean, really just enough. This one I hear noise. Oh. Actually, I hear the wiper on all of them. Friction is about the same on all of them, basically, because according to the back they look like they're all the same brand of pot. That's going to be maybe an 11. Do we have, oh, that's a 12 on there. Let's see. It is going to be an 11. Even just hand tight. Not even fully hand tight. Just. Oh, damn. Luckily, that didn't do anything. And the nuts don't have any threads coming out the top end. Okay, I got all the washers. Okay, that's what's written on it. B500K. A500K for the tone. Oh, and there's a star washer underneath there. Is there one there? Nope, there wasn't one on the volume pot. Or the tone pot, I should say. But there is one there. And a B500K. Oh, so that's volume, and tone. Okay. So two have washers, and this one doesn't. Okay. And what's this one? This one has a washer, and it's a B500K. So the master is a B500K. Now here they have a capacitor. which I'm going to need different glasses with more magnification to be able to see. And their bleed circuit is a resistor in series with the capacitor. It's a 682, so 6800 picofarad with a 250K and a 4. So it's a 2.5 and a 4. That's 250K. Interesting. Interesting. I found a little tip of wood that's loose there. I found a little chip. Ah. Come here. Just a little chip. Well, they did spray paint the inside before they put the maple top on it, and it looks like they sprayed the back of the maple top as well before they put it together with the binding. So for their budget guitar range, it's very clean. There's just a tiny little bit of residue there that you can barely see. So from a cleanliness point of view, it's fairly cleaned. Just a little stuff there. Okay, and that's that. So let's see what the tone is. I thought it was going to be a 47. Let me see if it is. No, I was wrong. It's a 22, which is what I would have chosen for these. No, there is a washer. So they all have a star washer. It was just out of place. Now, there's no need to change any of that because it's all what I would have had. So I went and got my circuit from my gizmo box that I built on Waylon McPherson. Is that his name? Waylon McPherson in New Zealand. And 6800 picofarads is the number 6 option on my list for doing a bleed circuit or a bandpass tuning. I could use the gizmo box with these other capacitors and a 10,000 picofarad, set up the resistance. Well, that's the thing, right? You can choose a capacitor and vary this 500K resistor until you find a resistance and a capacitance that you like. What happens when you turn down the volume as far as bleeding goes. I mean, this is not bad. It's one of these options that you can set up with this gizmo box. But because I have the gizmo box, I can play with that and maybe fine tune it to what I think is better. Maybe that is the best, I don't know. But at least I've got this and I know I can do it. Now, all these pots are good. All 500Ks. That switch is good. I don't really have to do any electrics whatsoever that I don't want to do. The 22 is what I would have chosen. So the only thing I need to really play with is maybe to open this circuit and clip in my gizmo box and try it myself and see what combination I would choose for that. And I'm just going to turn on my soldering iron, which is what I just did. And I'm going to open up one of these sides. And I'll just put that back in with a jumper. There didn't seem to be, oh, there is the washer here. Oh, there's a washer and a spacer. There's a star washer and a fiber washer on this one to get it just the right depth. Wow, that top is really thin there. Yeah. They routed out the top here a little bit too to get those pots to fit in. These are not pots with a long shaft, are they? Well, slightly, but not really the long ones. So I guess that's why they just fit through. And that one doesn't fit straight with the taper of the body. The pickups. The pickups, the pickups. What have they done with the pickups? There's a shield, and there's a red wire. Okay, so this bridge volume. The shield goes there. A white one. Okay, the white one goes here. The red one goes there, so that has to be the neck, and that's a tone. So white and red are the two pickups. It's very clean. No over splurging of solder, just enough to do the job. Very clean. So commendments for the Gretch budget guitar. Commendments for that. Alright, this is going to be the easier one to get off with the resistor. That's been soldered since at least 2019. So I'm just going to prime it with some new solder to make it go quick. There. I don't have any water on my pad, my sponge, for my station. Okay, so that's off. I'm going to temporarily put that back in there. Put the cover off. And we'll just pull that out of there like that. They've got shrink tubing really tight on that. They used really tiny shrink tubing. Oh, there goes my washer. Handy tools. Okay, I'll push it back over that way. We'll need a washer and a nut. A washer and a nut. And we will just do what they did before. Just snug gently to keep it there. Now that way I can get a jumper in there to hook up to my Gizmo 1 and see what I like better, or the other. Okay, so I'm actually going to put the hardware back on these other pots as well. I don't have to do anything with them. Everything is beautiful. Now, I don't think I've said that on any guitar that I've ever gotten through here, that the wiring and the pots and everything are beautiful and I don't have to change anything. I can't remember ever saying that. Never ever. So I am going to do that, and then I'll find my Gizmo 1. Okay, let's see what we can do. There. So the bridge fits solid. Alright, well that wasn't too bad. Just tighten up this one. And get some tension on these strings. What's it look like? Oh, higher than it was. And we will bring it down. These roller bridges are built larger, taller. Where am I? Yeah, I was afraid of that. I was afraid of that. It sits too high. Okay, that's close. The button knob feels loose. Okay, we're in the ballpark. Yeah, so they're all going to be much higher than the original bridge, which is what I thought. Because the meat on the end posts are a little bit taller by not much, but enough to make a difference. And that means I'm going to spend some time at the belt center. Get an idea what we're looking for. From this one. So that would be base side on. We're looking at 8.70 millimeters. 8.67. Okay. What about the other side? Should be the same. 8.76. It's not even the same at the end there, but it's, I guess it's within their margin of error. 8.70 out there. So it all depends on the plating. It's not nicely finished on the bottom there, so I think it's probably just that. So we're looking at something like that, 8.76 or 8.70 along there. Alright, just put it in. Now we got to take it all out again. This is going to be what I call trial and terror. So while I paused, I put some tape around these posts because I'm going to have to go up and down maybe a couple of times. I hope not. they are hard to get off. I had to use my little lever, and of course I want to protect the top because it really, really, really fits snug. So let's see what we got on this one. Yeah, 884, you see? 884. It doesn't sound like it's that much. 878. 866. 869. 866. 866. So 866 and 887. Not that much difference, but makes enough of a difference to string height adjustment. So as I've had to do on other guitars, I'm going to go over to my belt sander. The pickup didn't come with a plastic. And this is a really nice BM003 versioned roller bridge. And we're going to take some meat. We'll be back. I have been 3 times to the belt sander, and I have got it down to exactly my specifications at the lowest setting. Okay, so that's good, but it's not great, which tells me that now that I've got it there, I can actually set the intonation on this thing. And then when I get these strings off and go after the mechanism here and go after the neck and take a look at what's under these tuners over here, I can take a little bit more meat off the bottom of this thing, and then I might have a little bit of a positive and negative adjustment tolerance on my preferred action. So that is working out good so far. Now let's see. I kind of too much. I've let it sit here for a while for it to suck the neck in so I could recheck how it looks. I had, oh there it is. I had a pick here. I had a pick here. That's terrible. Okay. Do I have glasses on my head? Nope. I want to take a look at the truss rod now. Okay, it's still got a tiny bit right where I like it. Not completely flat. You know, somebody was saying this is a Gibson scale length. And I want to see if that's right. Damn if it isn't. It is a Gibson scale length. And yeah, there's just a tiny bit of relief in there. It looks like my wood on this neck is virtually flat, not perfect, but virtually flat. And also, that's why I want to check the frets when, let's see, that's the small one, when, there, no, not there. Okay, I needed one more level there. Where is it at? There. Frets when it's in the playing position, because you can't always trust that the fretboard is flat and that
Therefore, the frets are going to be flat with that fretboard. Now this is supposed to be at 12. I'm going to check it when I get the strings off. But for now, I have to do some lubrication in the screws for intonation. I'm going to do that. Haven't decided about all the tuners yet. I'm going to test a locking tuner on there to see if the footprint works. But yeah, the electrics are done. The body is basically done if I don't screw anything up between now and then. So I got to get a set of strings out. I'm going to leave this tape here for now. Something I'll clean up again later. And then, oh, look at that. That one's not in there. There we go. You got to get them in the roller. Sometimes they look like they're in the roller and they're not. Alright. And then that happened. So, the nut action is just about damn near perfect at this point. And hopefully we won't get any buzzing. But there is a bit of a high spot on fret number 1 just by checking. Yeah, see, I can feel that bang into fret number 1. Starting at the D string and backwards to the low E string. So that would be something I would tend to want to mark up right now. And I don't care if I get a marker on these strings because they're going anyway, right? What I'm trying to not do is put pressure on the neck so that the neck will bow excessively more in another direction. Maybe I can just get that. Yeah, okay, that's going to float. It's going to float with the way the settings are, and that's going to be perfect. So I got to go through all the frets first. I'm going to put some lubrication in there and do what I said I was going to do, and I'll be back to show you where I'm at.